Stephen, what do you take away from a game like this, given that you guys are a little bit injured and struggled the last 3 games? What do you take away from this game? What do you mean?
Just wanted some good vibes around here. We had good practice yesterday. Obviously, Utah coming off a back-to-back, like we wanted to get off to a better start than we did, but we responded after that quick timeout Coach took and lit a fire underneath us, and I'm just glad the way we responded as a whole. We know we can play better, but it's nice to have a little bit of offensive rhythm tonight and, see the ball go in after a rough start and just get a win.
I was going to ask you about kind of that timeout. It was about a defensive breakdown. How do you feel like you guys, are there frustrations about how you're playing a little bit on that end? And then what did you see in the 3 quarters after that?
Yeah, that was just about a lack of focus. We let Keontae George get hot to start. Talents like that, they're going to score, but we gave him, I think, 4 wide open threes. And anybody knows, that shouldn't happen in this league if you're keying on 2 of their best players, 2 of their best scorers. And so once he got that one in front of the bench, it's just a lack of focus, and you have to kind of lock in on. We talked about it last game plan discipline. That's the biggest thing, understanding how they're trying to score, who's going to have the ball in their hands. But you have to just put little step by step in terms of us putting together 48 minutes of solid, sound defense where we're truly proud of the way we play from start to finish. We know we haven't done that yet.
24 shots for you tonight in 29 minutes. What were you seeing out there, and how important was it for you to be aggressive?
Yeah, I had a rough start. But without Draymond, JK, Al, the spacing's a little different, and you don't really know where shots are going to come from in terms of how they're going to defend us. They were doing a lot of switching, and so I could kind of go to work one-on-one more than other teams. And then you just live with makes and misses on that front. But to your point, just being aggressive, knowing that we don't have a lot of our guys that create, offense. GP did a great job tonight filling that gap. Buddy came in aggressive to score. Pat, he only scored 3 points, but he changed the game in that second quarter by pushing the tempo and understanding how to get our energy going the right way on both ends, and it was great to see. So it allowed us to kind of find a rhythm, even though it was a slow start shooting the ball.
Steph, you mentioned JK there. Doesn't sound like anybody's sure when he's going to be able to return. How do you keep him engaged in what's going on as this absence grows there?
That's a natural process. Just watching film, being around for practice, understand the conversations that we're having, and making sure that he, like everybody else who misses time, you have your rehab, you have all your stuff that you're trying to do to get back on the floor, but you can't lose a feel for what we're trying to do because he'll be held to that same standard when he comes back. So we've all missed time at certain points, and you understand how to balance that. It's not easy because rehab sucks. It's monotonous. It's draining because you're not doing what you love to do, and that's be out there and play. So just try to keep everything light around the locker room.
How much does the offense change when Draymond's not out there? It seemed like Gary was able to sort of recreate a lot of the facilitating stuff that Draymond's really good at.
Yeah, me and GP have such a great chemistry because he's a very unique player in the sense of who the opposing team decides to match up against him, and then our pick and roll options, off-ball actions. We just kind of know where each other is, and then when he's shooting the ball, when he gets those open looks, that always helps. So nobody can do what Draymond does, but GP does it his own way with his athletic ability to get downhill, DHOs, set good screens, and make defenses pay that way.
Nice step.
Steph Curry was Batman tonight, 12 of 24 from the floor, 31 points. Again, 5 of his last 6 games, he scored at least 30. He's had 7 30-point games this season. Robin also came to the party as well. You can't sleep on Jimmy Butler's performance tonight. 18 points, 8 of 11 from the
You didn't expect that, huh?
That's some of your best work, man.
That was good. That was
That's really good, Fezzi.
No, I enjoyed watching, and I love the fact that he brought his teammates into the game. I thought Jimmy Butler did a great job of just posting up, ISO post up, and in those moments, he can go get that bucket. This is why you brought him here. His ability to get points in the paint, that sparked something for the Warriors offense, and it got everybody else going.
You know, in the pregame, we talked a little bit about hindsight is 20/20. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Of whether Lauri Markkanen versus Jimmy Butler, which one was the right pick. And, of course, hindsight is 20/20. But my whole premise around that was he came in to do exactly what the Warriors needed, which was when Steph is off the court, get you some buckets, and also be the person that can set up things on the other side of the ball defensively. He is a great two-way player, and we saw that tonight. He was the one leading that fast break endeavor in that second quarter. He was the one leaking out and getting easy buckets and finishing with 2 hands. And what happens when people dunk in Chase Center? The energy goes up. Everything goes up, and that's really what I think energized the Warriors in that second quarter.
I loved it. I loved Jimmy Butler. He was that leader. Obviously, how many assists did he get tonight as well? He got 7 assists.
7.
This is that second unit as well. Jimmy can play with everybody. When Steph is off the floor, he's getting down to Moses Moody. He's getting. I mean, those big to big passes tonight. I love the fact that him and TJD are starting to get a chemistry as well. So that bench unit is also flourishing because of Jimmy.
Well, you brought up Moses Moody. He had that green light tonight. Seeing 6 of 17 from the floor. He'll want to clean up the efficiency.
Most attempts on a team behind Stephen Curry. That means he's confident, he's trying some stuff. That's what you want to see out of Moses Moody, because once he gets into that offensive rhythm, it starts flowing. And you have 8 players on this team that made a 3 tonight. You love to see it, especially when it starts with Moses Moody, because in the starting lineup, he provides spacing. And that is so important for the likes of Jimmy Butler, QP, et cetera, to move around inside.
It just seems like Steve Kerr trusts Moses a lot. This is why he got that starting position. Steve knows that Moses is going to give you everything he's got. Even when he's not making shots on the three-point line, he's going to go get you a stop. He's going to go get you a rebound. He got 6 big rebounds tonight. That's huge for the Warriors. And also, playing in that dunker position, when you are moving the ball, now everybody's a threat. I loved the fact that he was cutting back cuts when the Utah Jazz were not paying attention. He would slip behind the defense and get a few passes. Shout out to TJD. Shout out to GP2, finding him there on the weak side as well.
And then what about Buddy Buckets? Been a while since we saw
threat, and everybody gets going as the offense. This is the Warriors offense that we know and love.
I just love when Buddy Hield is rewarded for the effort he puts out. Because he's always going to try. He's always going to try to get to the basket. He's going to back cut. He's going to be involved, dig in, get some deflections, whatever it is. But when he's rewarded from his three-point shot as well, 4 of 8 for tonight, that's huge for his confidence. That's huge, again, for the spacing that it provides. But I love this for Buddy specifically because he puts in the work.
25-4 for Buddy Buckets. And the Warriors snapped their 3-game losing streak. Of course, they now improved to 6-1 at home. Meanwhile, the Utah Jazz just 1-7 away from Salt Lake City. We're going to hear from that man on the other side here on Toyota Warriors Post Game Live. What will Steve Kerr say about the defense of the Warriors tonight? Stay tuned for that.